With our provider from the very beginning, we talked about the kind of birth that we wanted. She said, well, we have an option of a low intervention protocol. That seemed to fit really well with what our goals were. When we walked in, when I was in labor, I thought, this is going to be perfect. This is going to be exactly the experience that I want. I was in labor for 14 and a half hours. I was exhausted, and we agreed something had to change. Dr. Vaughn asked us, we can either try the vacuum or do a C-section. And I thought, you know, that's as bad as it's going to get, because we're not going to have a completely natural birth, and she'll be fine. But that was what I thought was going to be the lowest of lows, and then it got much lower. We decided to do the vacuum, and she wasn't going anywhere. So at that point, her heart rate dropped, and they were pretty nervous about her status. So we obviously went for a C-section.
I was probably in there for 5 to 10 minutes, and then they pulled her out. She wasn't moving. Then they started resuscitating her.
They were wheeling her out, and I just looked at him and said, go with her.
How you doing?
Therapeutic hypothermia is a new treatment that's available to babies born when we think they may have had a brain injury from not enough oxygen. What usually happens is that a mom is having a pregnancy that's otherwise completely healthy, and then the unexpected happens around something about the delivery. And so the baby is actually born and appears, we use the word depressed, needing help breathing and sometimes even needing help getting its heart to beat. The hypothermia treatment itself involves putting the baby on a cooling blanket. We make the babies just a little bit colder in order to protect their brain from the injury that we think they might have had. The treatment takes 72 hours. Then we slowly rewarm the baby over 12 hours to bring the baby back up to the normal temperature. There's an expression in neurology, we say time is brain. And any time that there's an injury to the brain, the longer no intervention happens, the worse the injury gets. So we have to start the hypothermia treatment within 6 hours of birth, but the earlier we start it, the better.
Hi.
Last year we cooled 39 babies here at Maine Medical Center, and 80% of those babies were transferred to us from outside hospitals.
Hearing from somebody who is clearly such an expert in this particular treatment tell us that Braley was going to be okay and normal was the light in a very, very dark time for us. She's a happy, healthy little girl. People say, you know, aren't you lucky that you were at Maine Med? And it's so obvious to me. I would never think about going somewhere else.
I see you.
I'm very grateful for the staff there and what they did for us. I don't know how you thank somebody for something like that. I'd want to give them all hugs.
Whoa.